Okay, so I'm going to draw up this terrace house, starting with the lower floor level that you can see the footprint of there. And so you'll be totally familiar with all of these tools by now, except for the one I'm going to start with, which is the boundary tool in Revit. And it's not a difficult one at all to use, so I'll just do it along with everything else and then give you time to do it all afterwards. And so I'm going to go to make a new project using the shortcut on the splash screen there, and just click on where it says architectural template. And so just like the last project, I'm going to make reference planes to help me set it out, even though you probably could do this without them. So I've got those two dimensions there, 2510, 3750. I've forgotten the first one already, 20510. And so I'm going to draw a reference plane, crossing over that section line, just past the arrow there, so it's towards the left of this area that I want to work within, and then coming over to the right, draw my second one. And now, because I want to move the left one further across, I'm going to press escape twice and then select that reference plane before I change that dimension there to 20510. And then I'll draw a reference plane going across those, and then another one crossing over them both, and that one was 3750. I've lost it, so again I can just cancel and choose one of them again and type in dimension. Alright, so hopefully those things you'd be pretty comfortable with by now, but just want to make sure it's all clear. And then I'm just tidying the reference planes up a little bit by selecting them and stretching the ends with the grips, just to make it a little bit neater. You could always select the whole lot of them, all four, using a window, left to right, not right to left. If you select right to left, it'll select the section as well, so left to right should get just the four reference planes if you go around them. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to select the elevations using windows, because remember there are two objects there, and then I can just drag them a bit closer to the property. So all of this setup you might do towards the end of your project in some cases, but it doesn't hurt to set it up from the beginning, just so that the views are all ready to go. Oh, just by selecting them and then using the grips to stretch the ends. Oh, so back on the architecture tab, just so you've got the ref plane button there.
Dimension 20510.
20510, yeah. Oh, it's in the P drive in the CAD2 folder. So what I might do is just move on and do the property line, then I'll give you time to make sure you've got all this working. So I've done all of those things before, but then on the Massing and Site tab, you'll see this tool that we haven't looked at before, I don't think, and that is this one called Property Line, which you can use to create boundaries in Revit. Property Line, yep. And so I'm just going to click onto that, and it gives you two options there: create by entering distance and boundaries, or create by sketching. The bottom option is the one you'd want to use most of the time, I'd say. Have you worked with distances and bearings before from a server? Have you worked with distances and bearings? Yeah, they're not shown here, but often when you see a drawing like this where you're showing where it's shown with the boundary, you'll get a distance in metres and then an angle on a survey. Definitely you'll have that. So that's called a bearing. Those two things together make a bearing. And so if you're given a survey with those things, you can enter using that first method. But in most cases you would just draw it by sketching, so that's what I'm going to choose, create by sketching. And here I've got the reference planes drawn, and I can just then click onto the intersections of each of those. Very easy boundary to draw. They're not normally rectangular. Even on blocks that look rectangular, they're often slightly at an angle. So I'm just going to click tick to finish, and that's done. So I'll finish it there, and I'll do the walls in the next video.